We watched the sunset over the castle of Cagliostro. Lupin the Third, Castle of Cagliostro is directed by Mayo Hisaski and is the second installment in the Lupin franchise from Studio Gibli. And this review was ever so kindly requested by a super awesome subscriber, Jake. Deepest apologies, it took months to get to your request, Jake, but this review is all for you, and hope I can give you the most honest review of this movie that I possibly can. Castle of Cagliostro tells the story of Master Thief Lupin, and as he travels to the country of Cagliostro, where he rescues a princess and in from her arranged marriage from the Count of Cagliostro. Now, the animes that truly spoke to me in my childhood were always Pokemon, Digimon, and Dragon Ball Z. But the Studio Ghibli movies, the Studio Ghibli has made some of the most highly regarded animated movies of all time. You know, Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle. Spirited Away, I find very overrated. Sorry, but Howl's Moving Castle I greatly enjoy. I had never seen any of the Lupin installments until I was requested to. So, as a newbie to the Lupin franchise going in, I've got to say I can see why this is highly regarded as the greatest chapter in the Lupin series, and it inspired even some later Disney movies that would follow after it. And even though this movie was a initial box office disappointment in 1979, it's has since gained a rapid cult following, and you can totally see why. Castle of Cagliostro, the Studio Ghibli movie that had Castle in the title before Howl's Moving Castle did, it may now be my favourite movie from Studio Ghibli. This is a spellbinding cult classic, and makes me wish I checked out the Lupin franchise a lot sooner. And Lupin himself, our master thief. I mean, yeah, he's kind of like Robin Hood in that way. I mean, in that he's an anti-hero. He may be a thief, but he's also got a good side and is way more pleasant company than the villains of our story. Princess Clarice, I mean, not only does she look splendid in her wedding dress, but she makes for a super awesome love interest for Lupin, and I mean, like she's like the Jasmine of the Lupin franchise in that she's forced to marry a dick, but Lupin is like a knight upon his noble steed who can get her out of that castle that's like a prison to her. And as for our main antagonist, the Count of Cagliostro, what a son of a bitch he is. Now he dominates and controls Princess Clarice's life, and he's a and he's a lethal threat with his huge sword. If you're worried that Princess Clarissa is going to be just the damsel in distress, that's that's not what she is at all. She gets to give the Count what for when she and Lupin are attempting to escape him. and one scene in particular will give you Great Mouse Detective vibes, like when Lupin and the Count are fighting in the clockwork part of the castle, similar to how Ratigan and Basil fought in the clockwork of Big Ben in that finale of the Great Mouse Detective, and the uh, animation itself at 44 years older now is still the finest and grandest looking animation that Studio Ghibli has produced. I mean, the artists worked their butts off when they worked on this castle. The castle itself, well, is a marvel of animation. You feel how high it is when the characters are hanging over the edge of it in dramatic scenes. You just your fear of heights will truly kick in. Uh, you'll get that feeling that they could plummet. You will get the feeling that the characters could plummet to their demise at any time in while in this castle, and the soundtrack is also a true love letter to Japanese themes, and all I can say to the future Lupin installments when I do check them out. So best of luck topping this one. So overall, the Lupin the Third Castle of Cagliostro is still animated a classic and one of the and still uh, nearly 45 years later, the true tour de France of Studio Ghibli's filmography.
I give Lupin the Third Castle of Cagliostro 5 stars out of 5. Best anime ever.
So yeah, once again, Jake, thank you so much for this splendid request, and yeah, and trust me, there are more Studio Ghibli movies I will get to in the future. I mean, I'm particularly hyped to talk about Howl's Moving Castle someday, and Spirited Away, because yeah, let's just say I have complex thoughts to share on them. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And what are your thoughts on Lupin the Third, A Castle of a Cagliostro? Is it your favourite of the Lupin franchise or not your favourite exactly? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow on Twitter and on Instagram. And I'll see you next time when I've got my review of Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, or Kingdom of the Crystal Doll, as I like to call it, coming. And the Little Mermaid remake is fast approaching, so you know what that means on my channel. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.